Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with another episode of ReZero. This is episode number 5, and we're stuck in another loop. Apparently, last episode featured very much on Subaru awakening in the manner of Roswell L. Mathers, and having survived the attack from Elsa, and was found to have been very much in the debt of this lord or this head of the manor. And, as we went around meeting the different characters there, he was offered the chance, to have anything he wanted. Now, Subaru, I don't know, I'm sure he's very intelligent, but he has his moments where he doesn't necessarily think things through. He's very impulsive, and he just really needs to take time to stop and think. Because when he was asked, you can have anything that you want, rather than asking for money or for help or, for a permanent stay at the residence, he asked to become part of the help. He asked to be gainfully employed, which was a bit odd. I don't think he realised what he was getting himself into, but nevertheless, it was granted. And so we spent most of the episode, having Subaru be shown around the mansion, shown around his different duties, and royally messing them up. With the exception of when he went to go and speak to... is it Susie? What? I know Satella was the original name. Amelia, sorry. I don't know why I thought Susie. Have I gotten Susie written down anywhere? I don't. Lapse of the mind. So, yes, we learned that the king was missing as well, and that the whole point of, the emblem, which had previously been stolen, was what qualified Amelia to be a candidate to become king, though it should be queen. But I don't know if it's more of a ceremonial title rather than a gendered title. But that's why, if you lose it, you basically can't be king. And so that's why it was so important to her. And this Roswell was supporting her bid, and that's why he was, housing her, protecting her, and he's very good with magic. Now, I do get some vibes from him that things aren't quite the way they seem to be. And I think that he might actually be working against her. Certainly they were talking about trying to get people to spy on her. So, we really don't know exactly what his motives are. But it makes sense from the point of view that the reason that Felt was hired to steal the emblem was presumably from whoever Elsa's client was, I think was another candidate. And so they're going around trying to eliminate people from the field so that their chance is better. And that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. Now, as I say, we ended the episode with Subaru waking up in the same bed, the same morning which he woke up first time. And it's our first indication that this time loop isn't triggered by death. Unless he ate something poisonous and died during the night, then, we can't say for certain. But it's not just triggered by death. And I'm wondering if it's something that's triggered by certain events not taking place. He has to do something. It's like a game checkpoint. It's like, if you don't do this, if you don't accomplish this, then it takes you back to the last checkpoint. In the first instance, it was because he died. That takes you to a checkpoint. In this instance, it may be because he didn't achieve an objective, so it takes him to a checkpoint. That's my theory at the moment. The question is, who's doing it? How is it happening? I mean, it's clear it's to do with this gate. They were talking about, magic. For those who don't innately have it, they can achieve it by, reaching the gate. And we saw that Subaru was pulled through a gate in the first episode. There's a lot going on. But, we were met with the likes of Betty, who is the keeper of the library, Rem, who is one of the maids, I've got Leah down here. I don't know. I've got names written down and I can't remember who they were attached to necessarily. It's been a little bit of time since I watched the last episode because of a few computer issues, being busy. You know, there's been a lot of time between me watching the last episode. But we're here to watch this one. So, before we jump in, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters, Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The 7 Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, Clara Gros-Louis, Mr. Greg 89, Tyrone Tyrone, Pobinhas, and Matt Okeefe. So, without further ado, let's jump in and let's see what happens next. You didn't soil yourself, really? That would be embarrassing. Oh no, he's genuinely upset. He's in the library now, and Betty's not going to remember him. I don't think she's going to take kindly to him barging in. I mean, I guess he's been called worse, but you know. Oh boy. I mean, that might come across as endearing if he hadn't have acted a little bit creepy first time round. Yeah, so that was yesterday. Oh, I've just noticed Puck's got a little, like, earring in her ear. Yeah, the date isn't going to happen. Is he going for the same thing again? I thought he would have tried something different. Oh, he's naked. He's naked. Oh, don't. No, don't swing. Oh my god. Oh, he's got different coloured eyes. They're awfully close together. Oh, he's naked as well. Oh my god. He's got a G-string different colours as well. So he's able to speak the language, but he can't read and write it. He's calling her senpai. Logical but boring. No, that's a little bit of a misogynistic viewpoint. They are not there for the pleasure of others. I love how they just very calmly insult him every single day. Without any kind of irony or sarcasm. Her hands will take you to paradise. That is... yeah, that could be misconstrued a number of ways. I just get the feeling that all this is just going to be a little bit pointless because he's going to wake up again in the same place. She thought he was going to ask for something much more mature. He does have prep time now, before they actually agree to the date. Oh, she's snotting all over him. Ah. Oh, look at the doggy. He's a little pup. He slipped. Though he didn't show us whether he actually fell. What? He did get her to smile. A very odd thing to make her smile about, though. He's gonna have a heart attack with the way he's going. I have some issues with his definition of a date. He wants to take a picture. Surely he's got to be running out of battery by now. If we get to tomorrow, we might just end up back where we started, for all we know. Oh, that's the dog bite. Clever. If he doesn't go to sleep, then he can't wake up somewhere else. Is he just going to drop dead? Is he just going to have a heart attack? Ooh. Oh no. Has he been poisoned? What is that? Oh shit, is that Beatrice? Something was dragging along the floor. Uh-oh. Who's that? Okay, so I went back and just rewatched that last scene just a second time over, just to see if I could more clearly picture who it was who was apparently lying dead in one of the, I think it was one of the chandeliers. Yeah, it looks like one of the sort of bowls that hold up some of the lights, and I could swear that is Subaru's jacket. Like, I don't know if I don't know if, like, was there another Subaru that died, or are his bodies still, are his bodies being hidden? This is opening up so many questions for me. I mean, obviously I don't know that could have been another Subaru, but it looked like it was wearing his jacket, his sports jacket. Certainly no one else in this world has anything like it. And so now I'm questioning whether, when he dies, you know, whether I don't know, do the bodies still somehow stick around? I was right, though. I was right to assume that it wasn't him just falling asleep. He must have been poisoned or killed in the night, and that's why he woke up back where he was. And so it's apparent that someone has poisoned him. And you know, the very end scene there, he gets pushed back by some unseen force, and the only person we've seen do that is Beatrice. But it seems too obvious for it to be Beatrice, because they wouldn't have shown us her being the only one being able to do that right now. Now, yes, it could well be Roswaal. Roswaal is a master of magic, so it makes sense that he'd be able to do that. There are definitely people who would be capable, but the only person we've seen doing it is Beatrice. So it makes me wonder if this is them trying to subvert our expectations and make us think it's that, and, you know, they do something else. I don't know, but it was definitely, there was the sound of something dragging. It sounded like, you know, chains dragging across the floor. So that would indicate something that was locked up. Something has escaped. But if that's the case, who helped it escape? How did it escape? What is it? Where did it come from? Yeah. Other than that, I mean, there was some very interesting moments here. A fair bit of nudity, male nudity, which is not something you see too often these days. Not going to complain too much, obviously. Though it was in very unusual circumstances. And, you know, we got a fair bit of time with Rem and Ram. And it's very clear to me that Rem, like Subaru said, she very much deifies her sister. You know, it's like her sister can do no wrong. But it's almost like she feels inferior to her sister, and they're definitely implying that, you know, Ram is the better of the two. Certainly she seems to have more skills, but Rem is older, and, you know, they seem to balance each other very well. And there's a very kind of weird dichotomy going on with those two. You know, we have Ram, who was helping Subaru to learn the language, and then you had Rem, who was going to town, and he even managed to get a smile from her. But it was when he talked about demons, and she was like, "Oh, do you like demons?" And, you know, I'd expect her to have said, you know, "Oh, demons don't exist, they're not real. Maybe they are in this world." You know, if you have people who are like, you know, anthropomorphic humans, you know, animals, I should say, then why can't demons exist? It's very strange. Again, with each episode, I'm just getting more questions than I am answers. But it's interesting that he went for the same route. He went for the same route to become a butler again, and follow the same path. Maybe it's because he realizes that's the path that he gets a date on. But I'm pretty sure he'd get the date either way. Though she did say it was a reward for him working hard, so maybe he's just in that mindset. Maybe he just doesn't want to upset things too much and he wants to keep following the same path. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you for the next one.